Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching another exciting episode of Pro Tips. Today I want to talk about something you're probably doing wrong, especially if you have gotten any of your information from internet forums. If you're anything like me, you use standard Titebond wood glue for just about everything in the shop. And if you have gone to any internet forums, you'll see guys posting stuff like, I've had this sitting in clamps for 2 weeks. 2 weeks? What in the hell do you think is going to happen letting this thing sit for 2 weeks? The other day I was working with my new apprentice Ian, who some of you might remember is AKA Monkey, and we were gluing some stuff together, and he's like, why are you writing times, or what's with those numbers that you're writing on the boards? And I said, well, this is what time it is, and I want to be able to remember that in a half hour or an hour I can come and pull the clamps off of this stuff and we can manipulate it. So yesterday what we were working on was this telly body. This is one of the things we were working on. So let me tell you a little bit about it. My homeboy Dan at Guitar Wood Experts came out to Texas Toast Days this last week, and he brought a bunch of stuff, and he hooked me up with this piece of figured redwood, and that's pretty cool. But I'm like, well, what in the hell am I going to do with that? So yesterday I went and picked up a piece of ash, and I made this 3-piece back for it. And so I had to glue up these 3 pieces of ash, and then I had to glue up this top. And if you're staying with me, you'll remember this was yesterday, and then I had to glue the top to the back. So this morning I came out and pulled the clamps off the top from the back, and the only reason I let it sit overnight was because I glued it up last night at like 6:30 and I was done. Came out this morning, put it on my beloved pin router, and you see here is this cool Telecaster. I'm kind of thinking I might want to bind this. But it's definitely going up on our reverb page. I think I might bind this. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Again, this whole guitar was a chunk of wood in the last 24 hours or less, and it is now a fully operational guitar. You do not get any sort of advantage by having stuff sit up in clamps for 2 weeks. You don't get any extra tone. You don't get any of that extra shit. It's just a way to, I don't know, impress people on the internet. Later today, I'm going to be gluing some fretboards onto some necks because today I absolutely, positively have to get these guys prepped for binding. So that means that this fretboard's going onto this neck, and in less than 2 weeks, I'm gonna be cutting it and I'm gonna be binding it. You know, if you look at the Titebond frequently asked questions page, they'll tell you that in 30 minutes to an hour, the glue is pretty much set up. For high stress applications, the only thing I can think of maybe for a guitar that's going to be high stress, maybe a scarf joint, something like that, they recommend let it sit for 24 hours. Nothing about 2 weeks, nothing about if you're making a guitar, let it sit for 2 weeks. I don't have any problem at all, especially today. It's going to be like 95 degrees today. So I would imagine I could cut that time easily in half and probably pull this stuff after 15 minutes if I let it sit out in the sun even. So remember how I was telling y'all I need to glue these fretboards to these necks? Well, here I'm going to do one. So what I've done is I've got some pins that will locate my fretboard, and I'm going to take a piece of this binding tape and cover up my truss rod channel. So it's about 90 degrees right now, and you're going to actually see this glue is going to start to set up. Let me move down here a little bit. It's going to start to set up really fast. The work time on this when it's hot, this is just regular old Titebond, y'all, but the work time on this when it's hot goes down pretty dramatically. I don't know what it is, but I would say if you got 5 minutes and you're still not, you know, gluing stuff down and clamping stuff up, you better get a wiggle on. Now I'm going to pull the tape off. Somebody was asking me why I put tape on here and if I left it on there. You know, sometimes I leave it on and sometimes I don't. Okay, now all I have to do is find my little index pins and clamp it, Jed. Okay. Feeling good. Guys, you don't need to leave stuff sit in clamps for 2 weeks or a year or whatever some dude on the internet said. I really do think that it's just sort of taking it way to another level. And gosh, aren't we all impressed at how patient you are because you can let stuff sit in clamps. So if you like the video, give us the thumbs up, why don't you? And if you haven't subscribed yet, stop freeloading, hit the subscribe button. This is Matt at Texas Toast Guitars reminding you that if you're so smart, build it yourself. That's what I do. Thanks for watching, everybody.